Last one on offense for me, at least. Connor Heyward is the third tight end over Kevin Rader and Jace Sternberger. Jace Sternberger's been having, he's been talking highly about him, right?
Jace has definitely been having a camp, man. I think the Connor over Jace is more. I think that with Connor, he's just a little bit more intriguing. They're doing certain things with him from a passing perspective, also doing things with him blocking wise, and he just to me, I think he's a better athlete as well. With Jace is still going to be playing well, but I think Jace still has to develop. I think he still has to improve, especially like when you're talking about the blocking element and things like that. I think that, and then just the consistency every play, every day. You can have flashes, and he's had that, right? You see the touchdown in 7-shot, touchdown in the red zone. Like, he's been doing some of that, but it's just like you need more consistency. And I think that's going to be the big thing with him, with Kevin Radar, even with Connor Heyward. This is just on paper right now. But for him, he's going to have to show that he can not just make plays in practice, but he can take that from practice to the actual game. And that's going to be a whole nother element to it when you talk about going into that stadium. For some players, that's going to be their first time ever in an NFL stadium. I tell you my story. Washington, they were the Redskins during that time, but that was like my first preseason game. Was my first time in an NFL stadium on game day. I had been at the Colts stadium for the combine, but it was the combine. It was empty. It was football players and scouts. That was it. Did not feel like anything special. But you talk about me pulling up to that Washington stadium 3 hours before kickoff, and it's my first time ever in an NFL stadium, ever at a just football period at this level. Man, you're thinking about everything. I'm taking selfies. I'm warming up. I almost hurt myself in warm-ups. I was so hyped, bro. Like, that's what you deal with. So for him and for these younger guys that have never played in this league, they're going to have that opportunity. They're going to have to see, can they handle that? So that's going to be another part for them. It's going to be interesting come Saturday, man.
Speaking of brothers on the team, Derek Watt, starting fullback. No one around him.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. When you said brothers on the team, I said, Deke, I don't know what type of brothers you're referring to. Deke, don't make it awkward, man.
No, but I mean, having Connor Heyward like officially slotted as crazy. A tight end, that makes you think they're both making it. Because we were having that conversation heading into it. Like, all right, who's getting cut? Because we thought Connor Heyward was going to be more like fullback.
Correct, yeah.
Have you seen him doing that type of stuff, though?
Well, this is the thing,
because it seems like he's playing more tight end.
He has been. Those reports have been accurate. I will just go back to saying
it doesn't look like he's got the size for tight end.
But
that's the interesting thing.
But this is what I would go back to saying is this, though, man. When they're using him as a tight end, think of like how they used Will Johnson here as a tight end.
Yeah.
You remember Will, right? Will wasn't Zach Gentry. He wasn't Matt Spaeth. He was built a little bit more like a smaller David Johnson. So he was a little bit more agile, could move a little bit better. They would have him as a fullback and as a tight end, sometimes point of the attack, but he was the motion guy. He was because I played against him first when I was in Buffalo, and we looked at him on tape and said, that's the action guy. If he's motioning over here, that ball's following him. If he's coming over here, that ball's following him. If he's running a route, they're not throwing it to him. Like, that was just kind of like how we would think of it, because we knew, okay, Heath is this tight end.
Connor could actually catch, though, a little bit.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Absolutely. So it's like, it's certain things. So to me, I look at what they're doing with Connor as the same way how they played Will. Like that. It'll have him at fullback. He'll line up as the wing. You know what I mean? Like, he'll be doing that type of stuff. And I think that he's more than capable of that. I just think that for Derek is more of a traditional fullback. You're not doing a lot of that type of movement, route running and stuff like that. Even though, I mean, like I said, last year in camp, he did do some things where he was catching the ball. I just don't think that that's where, he makes his money. That's not his game. Where I think Connor's just a little bit more rangier from the athletic perspective that he could do that. But also when you talk about Derek Watt as a blocker, Derek Watt is more advanced as an NFL fullback blocker than Connor Heyward is right now. So that's the side for Connor where he's going to have to improve and stuff like that. So both of them bring certain things to the table. I just think for Connor, he's just really intriguing because of you can essentially address multiple spots with one player. Whereas with Derek, you're looking at him saying, you're just this. With Connor, it's like you could be this, and maybe some of that. So.
It'd be a great over-under. Derek Watt snaps per game.
Oh.
What would you set it at? 3?
I'm giving him respect.
You take the average. You take the average of all of his snaps throughout the season.
I think he was getting like 5 a game, maybe. Not counting special teams.
Not counting special teams. I
think he was getting about 5 snaps total.
So you'd have it at, let's just say the line's at 5. Would you say over or under?
I'll take the under. Yeah.
Without Ben at quarterback though this year.
I'm taking.
Do you think it changes?
I think I'm taking the under still, bro.
Makes the team though.
I think he does. Yeah. I just said today's show is brought to you by Manscaped. You know the leaders in below the waistline grooming, right? You know them. You know that crew.
Yeah.
Well, Deke, I was thinking to myself, we are in the heart of the summer. We know that football season is here, and ball security, more importantly, is at a premium right now. All right. During this time of year, man, you got to protect your balls. And the best way to do that is with Manscaped. More importantly, the Lawnmower 4.0, the waterproof one with that little light that turns on and off. You know the one we talk about, Deke. I mean, it's things like that, baby. When you talk about going low and slow to make that tree trunk show a little bit more, baby, this is what you need. All right. So don't waste time. You want to check them out. They're here for you. But more importantly, Deke, as we always say, we don't talk about anybody unless we got a promo code.
Yeah.
And that promo code, ladies and gentlemen, is MOATS. You use that, you will get 20% off of your purchase along with free shipping worldwide at manscaped.com. So stop wasting time, man. Make sure you take care of your delicate twins. And I can assure you that anybody that is, privileged enough to interact with them, they'll appreciate you as well.